Complexity struggled to put OG away on Nuke yesterday. I mean, it took Blameth making some power plays outside to get it done. Do we think they have enough firepower to take out NAVI on this first map? It's going to be their pick. Let's focus on that first map real quick before we throw it over to the casters. I mean, what are we thinking about it?
I agree with Chad. I think there is a risk behind that Nuke pick. And to be honest, in my notes, I had either Nuke or Train as a pick for Complexity because, once again, I think that if you play against NAVI, you have to find your edge somewhere. It's not going to be in the firepower. It's not going to be in open space combat. You have to trick them somehow. You have to put them in an uncomfortable spot. The problem is we have seen NAVI can play Nuke. We have seen individually they absolutely mastered the map. So Complexity going into this one, I hope they have tricks. I hope they have weird ideas, exotic moves, and don't just play Nuke like everyone else does, because otherwise it's gonna get ugly.
Well, I think one thing that we took away from the NIP game, or at least that I did, was that NAVI was slow starters. It didn't feel like they were getting into that game relatively quickly, right? They had to actually take a bit of time to wake up. Now, if that's the case yet again today, starting on the T side of Nuke, it's not really the end of the world for Complexity. If they can rob maybe 5 or 6 rounds within the early part of that first half, that's a great start for them. So maybe that's what they're banking on, but I wasn't really that impressed with their Nuke when I saw it just the other day here, so I'm really worried for Complexity in this series.
It's going to be a rough one. It's going to be a rough opening, but we've seen crazier upsets in the past, and if anybody's going to have anything up his sleeve, it's Blameth, along with Config here. The two Danes, they can really do some damage, and you know that Blameth, he's a man with mind games, much like us on the desk with our predictions. Now, we can go ahead and take a look at those real quick before we get into the match, but I think this one's unanimous. NAVI across the board, everybody's got that pretty sure as far as the predictions are concerned. And yes, Jason tried to throw a curveball. He tried to set a trap yesterday by saying that he was going to go for Complexity. I think he was trying to throw some of us off, i.e. me, but didn't take the bait, Jason. Nice try. And, well, we're all on board with this one, right, boys? NAVI?
Yeah, absolutely. NAVI looks poised. I mean, if you talk about players, you talk about consistency, well, there is one thing that always comes in Counter-Strike. It's simple and electronic. They always show up. They never disappear. They never fail. They never disappoint. So it's going to be another one of these games, and we'll be here in about 2 hours talking about how these numbers are insane. See you there.
We still got to talk about the first map, Maniac. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves here.
It's going to be close, right? I don't think NAVI, right? I don't know if they have it in them just yet to blow teams out of the water the way that I expect them to, or the way that I think that the caliber of this team should. And I think that when they do have these slow starts, remember they always used to lose the first game of like every tournament. That was like a curse of NAVI for a long time. The thing is, and I want to build on this just a tiny little bit, is if you go into the match knowing you have Simple and Electronic there and they're always playing at 150%, and then you as Flamey, Boomich, or Perfecto only going with the mindset, well, if I play at 80%, we're going to be fine, and then Simple and Electronic aren't playing to that level, then that's when I think the NAVI can get into a lot of problems, right? Getting a little bit complacent, thinking that your teammates have got it covered. Everybody from NAVI still needs to show up with that tenacity, and the fact that they aren't on LAN, someone needs to fire them up, and I hope that's Simple with an ace on the pistol round, because that would be pretty inspiring to me.
I think it would be pretty inspiring to all of us who've got the predictions running on them. Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen, for the analysis going into this first match of the day. We're going to be here all day. We're going to, a lot more of this coming, but now I think it's time to get our casters involved. And, well, Moses and Anders, how's it going, fellas?
What's up?
There's some mean things being said on the desk here, Semmler. I'd like you to keep the gloves above the belt from now on. You're starting to drift into that territory. This is going to turn out into an all-out war, which I'm fine to take it there if you'd like.
Dude, I mean, this is the thing. We need some competition out here. I know you're raring for it. You're missing those days when you're competing in the tournaments. There's not enough for you out here, Moses. I get it. The subterfuge. But, Anders, best of luck. Best of luck casting with this guy. Just watch your back, huh? Watch your back.
I'll be real careful, I promise. Listen, I'm not even in this competition. It's so relaxing for me because there's not even any chance that I could actually go and win it. So I'm just, it's fine by me. You guys have all the fun.
You've really carved out in the whole talent group, like this whole corner of the room where it's like this nice, jolly Santa Claus figure. Everyone's happy. Everyone likes to hang out.
Yeah.
You don't rock the boat at all. You do get to just chill on the sidelines.
Well, these days I leave all my madness, in DMs with Henry. So that's where it all goes at the moment. So that's what keeps me sane, which is really saying a lot, isn't it? Here we go. We're going to have a bit of a rush towards the ramp room while Blameth is keeping at least one guy occupied. Big shots coming out. Flamey, Simple, and Boomich each with a headshot. And whatever rush was happening towards the ramp, it's been shut down. It would have been cool with Blameth, hiding out there while they take ramp room. But once you get those 3 kills, it's just not going to happen, is it?
No, I mean, that's an attempted fake, right? That's them trying to mask that ramp room hit by throwing the utility, blowing open the door, putting the smokes out in the upper bomb site, trying to get someone to drop down vents, which they achieved. Unfortunately, Simple, as he's going to do probably frequently to a lot of teams, you know, steps up with a triple kill and shuts this all down. 2 players still in ramp room, and Complexity never had a chance.
Yeah, that's how it went. I mean, I think it's still a good idea for Complexity. I think the nature of pistol rounds, just generally speaking, they are a little bit unpredictable. So I still like the attempt. Now, they didn't get the pawn plant, so they're going to buy Deagles and a scout in this round, which, again, is a bit uncommon. Means they will be forfeiting the 3rd round buy, unless they can win this one.
Ooh, they're going to have a tough time of things, although Electronic does get tagged up a little bit with that Deagle. Config is going to have a phenomenal game if he wants to be able to step things. But I don't know, this whole Complexity, it's kind of scary that the pistol round got demolished this much, because I think Complexity's gonna, their game plan's gonna have to work. What we saw the other day was BlameF kind of leading on the other side of the map away from action. They actually did a pretty good job of setting up players on the extremities and the sides of maps to be able to lurk and create other opportunities for their teammates. But against a team like NAVI that is, you know, very individually skilled, with Simple and Electronic going nuts, and still, I mean, I know the stats don't look great, but guys like pretty good job of setting up players on the extremities and sides of maps as well, to be able to lurk and create other opportunities for their teammates. But against a team like, they don't really have a whole lot of options to bail them out.
No, I think they're just remembering what it was like watching Electronic on this map just a couple of days ago. That's really what did it for me. A little bit of a team kill. BlameF running in from behind. Would have been fun if he could have had the bomb with him there, but that wasn't meant to be. And he's making noise all the way. He's got 25 seconds to find another kill or die, and preferably, you know, you've got to make sure you at least die in this round.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I was just talking about. BlameF is kind of waiting for the rest of his teammates to have some progress in ramp room, and he's actually lurking down below. He's there to pick off a rotator coming through vents. Ooh. He's there to help out, but obviously if plan A doesn't work, plan B falls flat. Oh, he's just toying with the close with that bomb timer. Yeah, he is gonna get the plant. 1 on 3, and Perfecto's just gonna wait. BlameF has to get aggressive, has to take risks. And unfortunately, it's another triple kill for Simple. He's got 6 frags in the 2 rounds so far.
I'm actually a little bit surprised they allowed him to put the bomb down. Not that that will, you know, be enough for the buy for Complexity, but I still think, you know, just a little detail, I guess.
Yeah, it's a nice find. Everyone from NAVI just backing away from that bomb that was on the ground. So 5 kills, 0 deaths for Simple. He did get that TK, and he does have 6 frags overall in these first 2 rounds, but he also killed a teammate. So that's where we get 5. Poison, actually all of Complexity with Deagles, looking to do economic damage. No utility. Looking to pick people off, and Simple's going to give him an opportunity, although missed shot from Poison. And Simple's going to get aggressive, jumping around the corner. And now he controls control room. Or radio room, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, once he doesn't get the first Deagle shot in there, the aim punch will make that fight very, very good for Simple and that jumping MP9. So he's happy to do it. A little bit of armor on BlameF and Oboe. But otherwise, this should be around where NAVI can just relax a fair bit and pick up some good kills. It's really going to be interesting to see what's happening in the next round, though. I think that's where we'll have to see the real plan coming into this particular map for Complexity. Oh, good grenade.
Yeah, especially with 3 SMGs on the board from NAVI. And as Simple had that M4, so I'm assuming he passed it over to a teammate. I would almost like to see him get aggressive with the SMG, get some bonus money if he wants that AWP in the next round. But at the moment, 1 pick for Complexity. They found the equalizing kill. Electronic spots 1 at red box. So control of the outer yard actually does go to Cole. The question becomes, what can they actually do with it? They're going to try and push into the upper bomb site. And this is where the Deagles are just providing them with nothing. No ability to entry into the bomb site, and a quick 3-0.
Well, here come the AK-47s out. Simple's got the AWP back in his hands. That's what we all like to see. It really was Simple in Electronic last. I think Electronic, this is the map, right, where he dropped like 34 or 5 kills or something in regulation, I think. So that was really...
Yeah, something freakish.
Now, that was really good to see, and obviously if that's going to happen again, I don't know if Complexity could do anything. That's just so hard to deal with. It's not my entire reason for picking Navi, obviously, but that was impressive.
I actually think this series could be closer than most people expect. I mean, especially with the online nature of Counter-Strike these days, this is not like a crazy idea that Complexity could pull this off. We saw it happen back in January on land at Blast when they started off this this campaign. They played a pretty close series with them at ESL Pro League, although Complexity did eventually fall. So I mean, there's some experience of these teams going head-to-head and actually battling and grinding deep into the maps.
They're going to be Molotoving the hut, but they've made their way down secret outside fairly successfully, actually. Some counter nades coming out here for the CT side, but looks like there's going to be some sort of a ramp crush with Flamey and Simple having a bit of a crossfire setup over here. This could actually be really, really hard to stop. It helps when
I don't think they know they're
Boomich goes down.
downstairs.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah. They have no idea that Complexity is down here. They do now. They've come and they've actually recovered it quite nicely. Good op shot from Simple. Poison's finally arriving from ramp room for the lurk, but Simple's too good, too quick. And Rush is certainly going to jump to his death. Simple gets out of danger. He's got a teammate down here as well. Nice hops from Rush, but he can't get the kill. Electronic bails Simple out, and 4-0.
I think it was the fact that that there was a Molotov stopping part of the ramp push so that they could be allowed to go back down to B and get those kills without having to worry about getting shot at the back immediately. So, yeah, some good shooting obviously coming out here from Simple, but I think also just good awareness for Navi. It helped so much once they had established that that's where the attack was coming from, essentially from behind the ramp room, and then the regular path in there. They kind of knew what was up. So no bomb plant. We've got MAC-10s, a Tech-9, and an AK-47, and running through the fire into the A-bomb side. And there is such a large defense here. Absolutely no entry for the T side. They only get the one kill on Electronic, and it's 5-0 for Navi.
5-0 and starting to build a lot of money. That cash on the CT side is ballooning pretty quickly. Complexity need to have some kind of success pretty soon. I mean, you want to talk about two of the heaviest hitters on Complexity that need to have good games if they want to overcome Navi in this series or even just this map. Config at 0 kills, Obo at 1 kill. Those two guys to me are the real strength of this team. The potential of Obo, the growth that he's going to display over his career, and obviously Config and where he's already capable of going. Time to pick it up. And Config is going to be outside on Twinkie, on Silo. Nade damage is minimal.
Just the scout on Poison. I mean, that's a bit disappointing compared to the AW and Simple. Doesn't mean he couldn't win the fight, but it does make it quite a bit trickier. Still plenty of time left in the round here for Complexity to figure out where they want to go. They've been waiting outside and they haven't seen any kind of aggression at all. So, gonna throw those double, actually triple smoke outside close to Mini, but only Blamef is actually out there. The rest of them are inside. So, let's see how far he can get before he runs into any kind of trouble. If he can get all the way to Mini and swing in, that would really help that A attack.
Oh yeah, this upper defense is in trouble. Boomich, I don't even think he's considering Mini. He's way exposed. Nobody's watching this. So if Blamef actually makes the play, which he's not, he's transitioned all the way to Warehouse. So again, Blamef, the lurker on the other side of the map. It's all down to this initial contact at the upper hit, and it's a fake again. Utility thrown, but Ramp Room is going to be the target, and I think they're aware. Flamey at an off angle, first kill and the second, almost able to spray down Obo as well.
I think they were thought maybe someone would be pushed back into Blamef here, and it must be upsetting that no one has been. He needs to win this fight, and he's not going to get it. That's such a long time spent for a big if, and it doesn't actually come into play at all. Perfecto also picking off Rush, and they know Obo must be up there somewhere. Easy kill for Perfecto. Really nice triple in the round. I think they were expecting a couple of different things, that once that ramp room is under attack, someone would have fallen back. And remember, previously, they've had Simple at that corner. So it would have made sense that Simple, if he had been there, he would have fallen back with the AWP right into Blamef. But those are a lot of assumptions, and that wasn't actually what was happening in the round.
Well, here's two things that I think Complexity need to be discussing during this timeout. First and foremost, this is twice now they've tried to throw up that fake. You know, in the pistol round and that previous round, you have a, utility and presence and spam coming into the upper bomb site, and then you transition over and try and attack ramp room. It hasn't worked. That round was a double kill from Flamey. Previously, it was Flamey and Simple shutting it down on the pistol. The other thing is I think they need to stop throwing fakes at this point. They're not getting the kills required to make those fakes effective. And they need to just actually go back to trading and power. You have some very strong players on this team, and I'm not sure why they're relying so much on trickery to start this map. But it's not working, so now it's time to go back to the basics. Go establish outside control. Go try and trade your way down secret. Maybe you can switch it up and hit the upper bomb site through mini, but you need to start establishing the fundamentals of nuke.
I imagine it could be good chance there for a bit of a refrag at the very least. Simple though, not missing much. The Deagle won't actually do him that well. He probably could have just stayed safe. I bet he just, felt like he was having a decent game. Wanted to go for a little bit of a show kill. But yeah, I imagine once you get BlameF all the way out there, it's actually probably hard to call off the, the weird tactics, because you feel like, well, we got so deep in that it should have worked. It was just, it's just unlucky that it didn't. You might want to do it again,
Yeah, but there's only so long you can really ride that unlucky line, right? Like, you only get so many of those.
Listen, people do that a lot, I feel like.
Especially in esports.
Oh God!
Everyone in the world of video games thinks that they're unlucky at all times. Yeah, that's a nice shot from BlameF. Still, you've got Perfecto and Boomich alive. Perfecto's in lobby, and Boomich is downstairs, all ready and waiting behind the box. And he's now going to have all the information. So unless this is cleared out from above... Oh, he spotted that. It was spotted by both. A pre-fire from Poison doesn't work. And now BlameF. This is going to be a tough one, and Boomich is just trying to delay as long as possible, but right through the smoke, he's got it. Not aware the doors are going to open off the bomb, off the plant, and BlameF fakes it. There's the peek, and he's got the win. An unlikely victory and a triple kill provided by the captain.
Yeah, that's a really unlikely round for them to win. I actually can't believe it worked out that way, especially in the 1 versus 2 towards the end there, but really well played. Bit of a pistol that Simple didn't actually bite on there. This is... I mean, he had to do that. He couldn't spend any more time. The fact that he just faked the bomb, there wasn't that much time left. Excitement all around for the Complexity squad as they will pick up their first round here on Nuke. And what a good time to do it. I mean, that does actually cost the Navi a lot.
And Electronic just looked bored. He's like, all right, they get one. It's fine. It's fine. Here we go. Set piece towards the upper bomb site. This time it's not a fake, but Perfecto's in the rafters. That's a good double kill. 3 on 2. Flamey's gone for the big flank into lobby. He's taken down as well, but the HP on Complexity is so low.
So another 2 on 2. If they can win this one, then we're really starting to talk. I mean, that's almost all of the money in this round here for NAVI, so this would be a big chance. Oh, and he goes down. Electronic without a shot. Now Simple in a 1 versus 2, and that smoke in front is scary. If he fires this gun, surely they're going to come for him right afterwards. I don't think he can get 2. There's 1 no-scope, but oh, they're not even moving. Poison's right there. Simple's underneath them, and he's going to get it. Not even scoping. Double no-scope to finish the round, and that's a 7-1 lead now. That's not where you're supposed to use that AWP at all.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I was thinking the same thing. He couldn't swap out for the AK-47, but of course, I don't know what makes Simple so confident his no-scopes are going to hit, but goddamn, he does it. 2 in a row. Well played from Simple. And you're right, that kind of slams the door on a real nice opportunity Complexity had to break the economy to kind of close the gap in this scoreline. Keeps Navi flush, keeps them with a little bit of space, and the buy still in their hands, up against pistols again. 1 hero AK on BlameF, and he's outside all on his lonesome.
Yeah, he wants... I mean, again, I think it's because he's been successful in actually lurking around out here. It feels like, I should do it again. All I need is, 1 good moment where I find someone, and it opens up the whole thing. I can understand like why it's enticing to do it, but you're right, it could also just continuously backfire, and then you're in trouble. He does find Electronic out there, trying to get up from the secret stairs, so now they actually have a man lead with not that much equipment. Flamey will swing in for that kill. Simple. That's a bit scary, yeah. He's swapped out for the M4, and should wait for a Flamey to try and get here as well, one way or the other, so that they could go together.
This is a very long flank that Flamey's going into. Simple
Yeah.
trying to fake a drop down so that they think he's coming to mini. Flamey, that's a must-win fight, and he's got it. Dinked up, a lot of damage dealt, 2 HP. Rush is spotted, and Simple's falling as he gets the kill. 2 no-scopes in the previous round in a 1 versus 2. This time in a 2 versus 1. He's falling through the air.
Yeah, just doing it all. That's got to be frustrating. That looked like Complexity, because they just did give Na'Vi a bit of money in the previous round. Looked like they were about to take it away here again. And then they can't quite follow through. The bomb plant is huge with the round loss bonus on top. It means they're going to have plenty of money to buy, as we could tell. But, yeah, 8-1. This is an incredible start here for Na'Vi.
Look at the scoreline as well, Anders. Config, no kills yet in the game. He is not even on the scoreboard, so he's having a tough time. Why not? That's got to be frustrating for Rush. Ugh, 8-1. Simple running a clinic at the moment with a couple nice late round plays. And again, back to the upper bomb site. Utility being spent towards mini. No commitment just yet. The Flame's going to hold back Boomich. Looks like they want to try and get down vent, but Rush is just going to barrel his way out. Perfecto, blind late. There's Simple chiming in. He falls. Config is on the board, and Obo's got a double.
Ooh, this is looking so good now. Again, they just need to hold on to the fundamentals this round and wait until they actually are sure they've won it before they go and do anything. Looked like they were moving a little bit out, but the bomb is going to be planted in here. Now they're just standing their ground, so you like to see it. Flaming Electronic, I mean, they don't have, again, really any money on the Na'Vi side, so these 2 rifles probably going to be what they have in the upcoming round. A second round for Complexity. It's a little bit late to start the build, but definitely not too late.
No, not too late at all. They did catch a pretty nice hit on that upper bomb site as well. Really only one person super dedicated. Perfecto is up on the Raptors. He was getting blind. Utility held Flamey, or not Flamey, excuse me, Electronic. Nope, not Electronic either. Kept Boomich back from coming through mini. So that really isolated those defenders.
I mean, it's a bit of a scary start, but getting kills like that through smoke will absolutely help out here. 8-2 overall scoreline here. We've made our way 2/3 into the first half still. Obviously, first map picked by Complexity, which doesn't seem like the most solid pick in the world at the moment.
No, well, I mean, look, they had a very slow start. They had players not stepping up, not getting kills that normally find frags. I think tactically they came in with a weaker game plan that I would have liked. I didn't really enjoy their opening gambits. But now that they've got economic control, let's see what they can do. They can really close this gap. 8-2 lead, but Na'Vi, as you mentioned, out of money. That's a nice trade onto Electronic as they storm down through Secret to the lower bomb site. Config and Obo to lead the way. Flamey's already down here with an M4. Boomich is all alone in the upper bomb site, and Perfecto's got the cross. So he'll have the information if Complexity commit to the lower bomb site.
Yeah, and that was one of the 2 rifles, so